All right, everybody, so here we are. You should have your four designs in your journal. You should also have your color story that demonstrates an understanding of analogous, related. Think secondary colors and how do you make them. Okay, so I've got analogous colors. Now this is not an analogous color story, that is a monochromatic. Whoa, I can't fit it in here. So monochromatic, which means it's one color that is different tones, so light to dark, which means tone or value, means the same thing. A tint is light, a shade is dark. Okay. To turn that into an analogous story, I could add purple, I could add orange if I was going to go into an orange-pink story or a purple story. Okay, so here I've got an analogous study so far of purple. So I've got, I know it's hard to see in this video, but that is a violet with a pink and a blue and a white. Remember, when you're thinking about pink, pink is a type of red. It's a tint of red. So this is my color story. So I've done my double outline, and now I'm ready to work my colors in, and I can do it a couple of different ways. I can take my brush and work the color with the brush. So I'm literally sweeping over the color, and that is loosening up this faux, it's not a real oil pastel, it's a water soluble oil pastel, and so that's making these colors blend in. I can also go back over that line with the oil pastel, and that is going to work with that moisture that I just added to the fabric. You'll notice I'm using a blotting towel. I've got a little cup of water. I don't have a lot of water in there, just a little cup of water. And I'm blending the colors so that I'm losing these dots that you see where I've put in the color. The other thing that you can do is you can dip. So when I dip into the water, that's going to leave a little bit darker of a line. Okay, now you're going to work all of the edges of your line design that you created for your monogram. Your mono, in fact, this is so interesting, monochromatic. Mono means one. Monogram means that you've created one design that becomes a symbol for you, or if you did it for your family, or if you did your design for the school or the church. Those are the requirements for this. Okay. And I'm gonna grab my blue, and I wanna really go over this blue and make it stand out, but I'm gonna grab my brush and I'm gonna work it in. And so I'm sweeping. I'm doing some pretty long sweeps as opposed to short, because I'm really following the line. That's actually going to clean up any bumps that you might have along the way. All right, so, and right now, because I'm blending with this light blue, it really is lightening up that purple, and I might want to go back and make it darker. But I'm going to do it after I finish sweeping. You'll also notice I'm not using the flat brush this way, I'm using it this way. So my movement is going with the narrow part. So I'm not sweeping this way and making big marks. I'm sweeping this way and making narrow marks. So you can keep that in mind as you're working. How to hold the brush, how to move the brush. What does it look, what does it feel like? So if I'm sweeping long, and this may be okay, but you have to decide what action feels good to you and what action is going to support what you're trying to make happen on your fabric. So this is canvas. It is a cotton base. It's a natural base, so it will absorb this very well. It's not synthetic. You can see on this one that I did where I really worked the colors separately. Now, okay, I do want to build my lines up to make them a little bit darker, so I'm going to go back in and I'm going to add a little bit of depth by just outlining with my darkest color, which is my purple. And I feel like I probably will go back over that with a brush. I could go grab a black, but everybody needs to be super careful if you are working with black, because the power of the dark side can overcome what you're doing pretty quickly. If I wanted to lighten up, I could certainly do that, and I'm going to probably do that. I want to do that, actually. I really like what's happening there. You're probably going, white on top of this fabric, but you can see it very well. Maybe I decide that I want pink on the edge of that white, and I'm going to work it in on the edge. I'm going to work it in on the edge, and then I'm going to blend it in with the white. And that's going to change that pink, so it looks like I'm actually creating a work of art. Okay, and then later on I can go back with that brush and blend it. Now, I didn't clean that brush. You can see that it's not clean. So if you need to, go to the sink and clean the brush. That's a good idea. When you're cleaning a brush, you would put soap in your hand, really work it first with the soap, and then you rinse it out. Okay, that's starting to look really nice. Okay, and this is not finished, but this is the direction that we're going. There's no reason why you should not get this layering of your colors. So again, analogous. You notice I have 3 colors. I have one tint. This is not a color, nor is gray, nor is black. Remember, black, gray, white is all part of the grayscale. It's also a monochromatic story, but it's not a color monochromatic. It's a grayscale monochromatic. All right, guys. So you should be able to get this done in this class, so that the next lesson will be stitching. If you get this done, then you will have time to work on finishing up the stitching on your book journal cover. And if that's done, then you can also finish labeling your journal. Anything that you need to do to the cover of your journal. So my cover needs to have the title of what this is, the year of when this journal was created, and obviously the name. Okay, guys, Do good work. Have fun. Show me that you understand a well-organized studio space. Thank you.